Hello guys, how are you doing? This is your boy Brian coming back to you with this brand new video. As you know, it's always a pleasure for me to be able to make these videos for you guys, talk about the things that we care about, whether it's movies, MMA or football. These are the things that we care about, and that's why we take time to talk about them. On today's video, we get to talk about WrestleMania 40, right? We had 2 nights of entertainment. Night one with the big main event between the tag team of The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Very good and entertaining fight. We'll talk about it. And day two of WrestleMania, we had Cody Rhodes going up against Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship of the World. Did he get to finish his story? That is what we're going to talk about. And of course, we'll also talk about the leading up to this WrestleMania because it was one of the most exciting leading up to WrestleMania ever. It's probably one of them. So we'll be talking about that. So let's start by talking about day one of WrestleMania, the main event between the two tag teams, Roman Reigns and The Rock in one hand versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in the other hand. How was that main event? I really loved it. I would say it was it was more exciting than I was expecting it to be. I had my expectation to this main event, and just like many other, I was worried that The Rock was going to feel a bit rusted in there, a bit heavy, or I was going to gas out after a long time, because that's what we see after when a wrestler is out of competition for a long time and then comes back, trying to compete. We see them tire faster, but that match went on for almost 43 minutes, and The Rock was there. It was hanging in there. I didn't have the feeling that I have whenever like Big God comes back. Whenever it comes back, you feel like the fight is not going to last more than 10 minutes even, right? Because he always gases out, starts sweating, and you'll see his fight finishing up ending within the first 7 to 10 minutes. But with this fight, I really was impressed with The Rock, because out of the 4 competitors that as they were in there, he was the one who had competed after a long time, years, and he was competing with people that compete week in and week out. Except for of course Roman Reigns would compete once a month or twice a month. But yeah, you had him in there and he was able to deliver. His performance was very impressive, very good. And the match alone, the fight alone, the tension between the two teams, you could feel like they were really able to sell the fact that they don't like each other and they wanted to punish each other. And I really loved it, and the playfulness of The Rock telling the how the referee that if he counted them out, he was going to get fired. That was a fun, an interesting moment in there. And yeah, of course, so we had Team The Rock and Roman Reigns win that main event of day one of WrestleMania, and that's what I was expecting. I was expecting them to make sure that The Rock and Roman Reigns wins it, so that people were going to feel really Cody Rhodes was really trapped, and he had almost no way of winning his main event against Roman Reigns, knowing that it was going to be all about the tribal chief and his team. So yeah, I was expecting Team Rock and Reigns to win that one and make it feel really impossible for Cody Rhodes to pull it up. And going into the second day of WrestleMania, very interesting, fight. I think, going into the second day of WrestleMania, I was worried that the first main event was going to eclipse it or was going to be better than it. But no, the second main event, between Rhodes and Roman Reigns was really exciting, very technical. Both fighters brought it, both wrestlers brought the best in that main event. And yeah, it was like really, it was dynamic, it was like exciting, like there was no dull moment, and like you didn't have the feeling that like the fighter was like resting or looking at what the other one was going to bring up. They was really going for it, trying to emulate each other's move. We had Cody Rhodes even spear Roman Reigns. It was a really exciting fight, and the intervention of Jimmy Usos, then Jey Usos, and of course the guest John Cena coming in there, to the rescue, trying to rescue Cody Rhodes, and then the Rock Bottoming and John Cena, and then of course we have the Undertaker. I know people are like, it was really exciting. I know people out there wished Stone Cold Steve Austin could have like shown up, but the man doesn't really want to wrestle again or do those things again, so they had to, that's probably why he didn't show up. But nevertheless, it was a very, very good ending to that build up, and Cody Rhodes winning in the way that he won his fight. After executing, like, I'm sorry for, I don't know the move. I tend to forget Cody Rhodes' final move, but executing 3 of them on Roman Reigns and pinning him down 1, 2, 3. That was a very exciting moment for his fans, for him, and for me it was just good to see, because it's all about the storyline, the way you build it, and as for me, I want to make sure that the ending does not undermine the build up, and it didn't. It really was a very fitting ending, and yeah, Cody Rhodes got to finish his story. So both main events of WrestleMania delivered. Some honorable mentions, something I want to talk about as well. Rhea Ripley versus the Man, Becky Lynch. Very good fight also between them. Ripley was able to pull the victory and win that, keep that belt. She's a very exciting fighter. She's a very, very exciting star, and she has that persona that makes you wanna cheer for her. So yeah, kudos to both women, and also of course one of the big fights also, like Seth Rollins, who played a very big part in building up this WrestleMania as well, versus losing his title against Drew McIntyre, and again Drew McIntyre losing his belt, the belt that he just won, to Damien Priest, who came in to cash in the Money in the Bank. So very exciting WrestleMania, one of the most exciting WrestleMania in recent memory. They were able to pull it. So who do we have to thank for such an amazing WrestleMania? Number one, the fans, the WWE fans, people who really love wrestling, are the ones that we should be really thanking for having such a great event, and the build up to it. Them being able to stand up and saying, no, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble, we want him, we don't want The Rock. And that's leading up to the second person that we have to thank in this story is The Rock, recognizing that there is nothing that he could do against the the will of the fans, and then taking it and using it and building a story together with all the people involved, and his performance throughout it all. Like, every time The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, was coming, he delivered on the mic, he delivered with his charisma and everything. So he's one of the reasons. If today, we know that the stardom and of Cody Rhodes is only going to build, even Seth Rollins, and there is one reason Dwayne The Rock Johnson was able to make them even more relevant than they were before. I'm not saying they were not relevant, but now we feel for them, we like them even more because of what The Rock was able to do. So fans, thank you. The Rock, thank you, and of course every wrestlers in that played a role in this Wrestlemania and in building it up. So kudos to guys, you were able to deliver. It's been a while since I watched wrestling. Of course, I came back to wrestling again because of CM Punk, also because I'm a big fan of CM Punk, big fan of The Rock Johnson, the final boss, and really excited to see what is to come now, right? What storyline are we going to lean on now? Whether it's for Cody Rhodes, whether it's for Seth Rollins. Is Seth Rollins going to maybe one day turn on Cody Rhodes and blame him for him losing his title because he was trying to help Cody Rhodes? What in store for the tribal chief Roman Reigns? What in store for CM Punk now that he's coming back, he's healing? What is in store for Drew McIntyre? And there's so much to explore now. There is no wrong that can be done. They have a lot to build on, and really excited. I'll be watching whenever my stars come into play. But yeah, I wanted to talk about WrestleMania 40. You guys, what did you think about it? What was the highlight for you guys? Was it maybe the fight between Sami Zayn and Gunther? What were the highlights for you guys? Let me know in the comments below, and let's keep this talk going, and like, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.